which was Michael Cera. And I know we all love Michael Cera. Superbad, Arrested Development. He can play adorable. He can make anything funny. But I really cannot for the life of me understand why Juno was like, I gotta fuck him. Not only do I have to fuck him without a condom. And it has to be this day. He has to be the one I fuck now. And you're sitting there kind of going, like, there's no backstory there. And I can tell you why there's no backstory there. Because I really felt like this movie was a love story between Jason Bateman's character and Juno. Like, I really felt like that. The movie might have been more surprising and interesting had the baby been his. I know what you're saying, oh my god, this is so Hollywood bullshit. But I'm literally, like, I really feel like the only thing Polly Bleeker, the only reason that someone like Juno would probably fuck him is because she needed a nerd and a geek and someone who was a virgin, someone that she could count on that wouldn't want the baby, that'd be happy to give it up to adoption. And like Polly Bleeker fits, like if Jason Bateman had sex with Juno, was having a relationship, maybe he was her guitar teacher, she found him in the papers, had been established a relationship for some time, it was kind of like his Obi-Wan, his mentor, like a Seymour to Enid, and she kind of, obviously they had sex and then come the baby, and then he doesn't want to get arrested, so he's like, you better find some guy to fuck, some fool, find some patsy, fuck him, tell him it's his kid, and you give the baby to Vanessa, she's my wife, she wants a baby, fine. And I really feel like that would be the only reason that she would have had to fuck the Polly Bleeker guy in that time. And then without the condom, it could have been really simple. She realized if he's wearing a condom, what if he'll be kind of mysterious on a DNA test, blah, 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 blah. Plus, she could have put some kind of thing with the Dwight character, maybe she, if they're, like, I felt like that was a missing scene, the sex scene between them. And I'm not saying I just want to see, but I just want to see, like, you see in Superbad when he has almost a sex scene, and it's hilarious and funny, and you're sitting there going, I don't see these two people, I don't understand how it's like, it went from, hey, sit in the chair, fuck me, the end. You're like, it's just that, not only is that comedy gold, but it just feels like a scene is missing. Because you're sitting there wondering, this is why it has to happen. Because there's no premise to the movie. Juno's not pregnant. She has no father. And you're sitting there kind of going, okay. But with this one, it really felt like it made more sense to do that. To be like, okay, well, she's only fucking him because she knows, well, he is a virgin. But look at him. And not only that, I can trust that he's not going to want, he's not going to be a dog about it. He's not going to, it's like fucking him is like not fucking him. It's like, you're safe, you're not going to catch an STD, you know he's a virgin, this guy's never been with another girl, and he probably never will be after me, so you sit there going, he's a safe fuck, he's a safe bet, and then I can drop the atom bomb, it's your kid, when it's not his, it's Jason Bateman's, and you really feel like, I know a lot of you are just going, well, I like Michael Cera, I like him too, but this movie never establishes scenes of romance. If you saw the trailer, you saw their scenes. There's never scenes that are like, okay, why does she love this guy? Oh, because he's different. And you just feel like a lot of the quirks that he has are just quirks that are just quirks for quirk's sake. Like, okay, he has orange Tic Tacs. He runs track. Like, you feel like with once again, Max Fisher, none of the things he did was just like, oh, he's got to be the kite flying society. Like, you got in a moment who that kid was. That you were like, that kid is a man trapped in a little boy's body. He's probably more tenacious, more intelligent, more witty, more funny, more charismatic. He just happens to be stuck in the body of like a 15, 16-year-old. Jason Schwartzman, you did an amazing job. Can't say enough good things about Rushmore. But you really feel like a lot of the quirks in this movie are just quirks. Like, okay, once again, no one in this county has internet. Apparently, nobody has cell phones. Nobody has. You really feel like there's never a scene, like I said, of just why these two are in love. Like I just get like at the end you go she it just like arrives like, oh, I love you because whatever. Okay. And then you're just like, I don't buy it. Like I don't buy it. Or maybe I didn't see other scenes that built to me to seeing these two people fall in love, because I just didn't buy it for a second. I was just like, it's like, of course you love him. Who the fuck else is there? There was never any competition. They didn't have the balls to follow through with the Jason Bateman romance and kind of go lost in translation and go there and show you, ooh, Jason Bateman and Juno, because it really makes sense. Like, that was the love story. You got this older, I mean, she looks exactly like the Jennifer Garner, like at a young age. Like, you could see why he was like falling in love, or like he liked her because it was like, this is kind of what my wife would be if she actually cared about a lot of the subjects that I care about, which is, you know, guitar and starting a rock band and, you know, music and good, like, she's witty, and, you know, it's just like, it's like falling in love with a younger version of my wife if my wife was interested in all the things I'm interested in. And she's not just interested in just having children. And you're like, okay, cool. And you're wondering, are they going to do anything about that? Is Juno going to fall in love back? You know, is the scene where, you know, you have J.K. Simmons' dad kind of going, you know, you got to find somebody who loves you for you. Well, what if that person who loves you for you is, you know, a married man and, you know, could get arrested, you know? I mean, like, suddenly, you know, you're sitting there thinking, like, okay, there's something there. But you're like, okay, well, Paulie, he likes her for who she is, and you're just like, yeah, but who the fuck is she? You know, because you're like, she's just a pregnant chick. You know, there's never any sequences where teachers are like, okay, you know, like there was this big fear of like, oh, if I get pregnant, they might send me to another school where they deal with pregnant women, you know, or they might, like, there's never any showing of like, okay, what it's like when the teachers start finding out she's pregnant, when students start finding out she's pregnant. It's just kind of like, yeah, she's pregnant, all right, ooh, you know, back away, she's pregnant, like, you know, like, who gives a fuck? You know, there's never, you know, you have the scene with the parents, and you know, everybody does a commendable job. You know, J.K. Simmons does a really good job. And, you know, what was I going to say? I forgot the character's name, but I forgot the mom, the stepmom. I'm sorry, I keep, because I'm thinking of something else I'm kind of sick here. But, you know, like a lot of them do a really good job with what they're doing, but you just feel like I just feel like the story that we're missing is with Juno's character and the Jason Bateman character, and just that was something that was probably the only part of the movie that I was like, wow, this is real. Everything else just feels like bullshit. It just feels like, you know, like I said, there's all this talk how Juno's the smartest 16-year-old and she's such a witty, smart girl, and I'm like, I didn't see a single scene with that. I didn't see like Enid. You take Enid again, Ghost World. You just never see sequences where she even like just from the wit or from the charisma or anything. You just feel like okay, she's just sort of figuring out who she's going to be, and she's kind of like a sponge taking from everywhere. You know, kind of getting little things here and there, little things, kind of just figuring out who she's going to be. But it's like they full on market this thing as Juno, as like, oh, okay, you think some bitch is gonna talk crap to her and she's just gonna shut her the fuck up and put her in her face. And the perfect scene is, you know, when she's getting